straight out of Africa with love here. Let's dive in. Amani vipi?
Wait, what happened?
The New York Attorney General is going after the companies that make store-brand herbal supplements. In tests of store-brand supplements commissioned by his office, the AG found out of hundreds of bottles tested, 4 out of 5 contained none of the herbs listed on the labels. Those supplements included ginseng, echinacea, St. John's wort, ginkgo biloba as well. New York ordered those brands off the shelves at Walmart, Walgreens, Target, and GNC stores in New York State.
In a good number of cases, there was
Sand
no
found in
organic
store-brand
material in the product.
herbal
In some cases,
supplements.
there was sand.
With all these options, we don't know what to do, where to turn, who to trust. And so what we typically do is just trust one of the celebrities that we like the most, and we trust a brand like this. But when you take a closer look at these ingredients, you see all type of craziness. You see syrup and sugar and malic acid and citric acid and citric, all type of acids going on. In every single option, you're going to see natural flavors and acids and all type of other stuff to make it appealing to you, but it's not really going to serve you. So what do you do?
Do you
This
believe in
guy
the
is
existence of
spraying
a
some
soul or
shit
that
on
we
the
do have a
pizza.
soul? What if I told you that I found scientific proof and then I went a little deeper down the rabbit hole to discover a lot more stuff? So let's get started. This article goes through a scientific study that basically reveals that scientists from Cambridge University using fMRI discovered the location of the soul. The study was run by Dr. Monroe and Dr. Langhani, and they spent 3 years studying thousands of scans obtained with a technology called fMRI. They used to ask their subjects to do a task or think of something just so that they would see which part of the brain would light up. But when they would ask the subjects to pray or meditate, only one place in every brain would light up, and that part was the pineal gland or pineal gland. Not sure how it's pronounced. Don't come after me for that. English isn't my first language. And what's interesting is in history and ancient history, the pineal gland is actually known as the third eye or the doorway to the soul. Weird, right? I know. But it gets even more interesting because I went down the rabbit hole of does the soul have any weight? And in the early 1900s, a doctor performed this test. He would take dying patients, put them on a scale, a very sensitive scale, and as they're dying, he would record how much they weighed. And every single patient that he weighed was exactly 21 grams less when they died, meaning the soul weighs 21 grams, which is weird. Let me show you. So in this article, it actually goes through this entire theory of this doctor because he only had a limited amount of patients that he did this to. So it's known as a theory. But if you guys go look this up, you can read the entire scientific study. But then it gets weirder because I actually went and tried to look up what the pineal gland does, what it's made out of. And it is a little weird considering it's called the third eye. Let me show you. The reference to being the third eye is quite ironic considering the anatomy of the pineal gland has a lens, cornea, and retina, as does the actual eye. Weird, right? Then I got sent down a rabbit hole because somebody commented on one of my videos and they said, did you know that when the sperm fertilizes the egg under an electron microscope, it actually emits a light? Could that be the soul entering the formation of a new human being? Let me show you the
We
video.
have shown that in our previous video.
Whoa. Isn't that cool? But that's not where I stopped. I wanted to know why 21 grams. It seems like a significant number because it's a significant number to the elites, to the Egyptian, and the whole study of numerology. So I went to the Hebrew Bible and also the Bible just to see its significance, and this is in short form. In short, 21 is associated with exceeding spiritual completion and the trait of righteousness and the ability to overcome. But as usual, I want to know what you guys think, so we start that discussion, and then you guys give me so many ideas that it pretty much sends me down the craziest rabbit holes. But I want to know, what do you guys think, and what do you guys know about the soul, and have you had any cool experiences that you can share with?
How is this possible? Airplane catches UFO and gets shot. Yeah, that thing looks like an UFO. Jean jacket or something. Yo. That's the jet. It just shot at it. Man,
See like a glow happening, but again, you're not going to get anything more than that until you touch it. And once you do touch it and the surface is breached, this portal becomes self-sustained for like 2 hours. Are you going to go through it?
this is a continuation of our previous video on our previous episode. Your outside problem here. Something like portal has opened on the pathway. Is this a movie or real life? What do you think? But seems so real. Footage of portal into another dimension. What? What is that thing in the sky?
What you're seeing here is water memory. These are images frozen in water. You're probably going to want to sit down for this. Now, these images were created in the frozen water after showing the image to the water for only about 30 seconds. Now, you probably think I'm fucking crazy for saying this because I thought this was insane too. But if you go to Beta Austin's page, she shows you exactly how to do this. You can try it at home. Now, one of these would probably be a fluke, but we literally have hundreds of examples of this. This works repeatedly. So we've known water has memory for a very long time, like literal memory. Because water can change its structure depending on the vibrations it comes in contact with, from thought to sound. Now, the purity of the water also affects its crystal structure. Our processing plants don't help this, and we beat the shit out of it when we pipe it through right angles to get to our homes. This is not how water was ever meant to travel. Ancient people knew this, and the Victorian estates even put in fountains and water features to restructure the water. When you restructure it, it makes beautiful crystals. When you pump beautiful vibrations into it, it makes beautiful fractal crystals. When you put interference patterns into it, it gets really chaotic. So what about our images? When the light passes through the water structure gets imprinted and changes to those vibrations. When you freeze the water, that crystal structure reflects what it saw. Water is the Earth's internet. It's how it communicates information to itself. It's wild.
Well, what? Can't believe it. This camera that records every creature in every dimension, or something like that. No, it's like,
it's terrifying.
Oh,
in
it's
2014,
terrifying for
Kenny
real.
Veach posted this video before heading out for a stroll in the desert. It was the last time he was seen alive, and his body was never found. However, I'm almost sure that his death wasn't accidental. Kenny had prepared himself against mountain lion attacks with a revolver, or at least that's what he said, and he knew the mountain well. Oddly enough, his phone was found near the entrance to this old mine, as if Kenny had intentionally left it behind. Personally, I believe Kenny took his own life. Listen closely to what he says.
And I'm looking for a cave that I found, and something about that cave just spooked me. Out of all the caves I've ever gone in, this one just made my body vibrate. The closer I got to it, the crazier my body felt, and I was like, all right, I'm not going to go in there right now.
Prior to his death, Kenny was in fact watching a lot of videos on occult topics that describe his sensations. And according to a comment from his girlfriend, he was depressed. He had quit his job a year earlier and could no longer pay the mortgage on his home, which he loved dearly. He tried as best he could to launch businesses, but without success. His girlfriend also explains that Kenny once discovered his own father dead, before confiding in her that if he ever took his own life, his body would never be found. Subscribe for more videos.
Whoa. Hey. Hey, is he calling them to eat
I
them?
walk this big.
What?
Let's do love. For some, I might change it. For some, I might get shorter. Others may think I'm walking downhill. As I go this way, it may seem to some like I'm going up or getting taller. Now, I know there's a crooked roof. I'm 6'3", maybe 6'4", depending on what 7-Eleven I run from. My head is above the line here. My
Nothing
head's
in this scene is
below the
straight
roof over
as
here. That can create an optical illusion. Do you guys remember how bubbles go uphill? I'm going to place my level on the bench. Do you notice how the bubble goes to that side? When the bubble goes to that side, what does it tell us about the bench? It's higher on that side. That's why the air bubble rises. So it may look to some like I'm going down. I'm really walking up. This is not the board of mystery. On this demonstration, I can put down my ball. What, roll down on this thing? No, you're going to roll down on this. So all that shows is there's a high side and a low side. So kids, for my next demonstration, you have to realize this is high up. This is lower down. Does everybody understand there's an uphill and a downhill? It's higher, it's lower. You got it? Okay, just following up. I love you. How tall are you? Look at each other. Do you notice it's a little bit taller to a little bit shorter? Is it a little bit taller, a little bit smaller? Tall, small? No magic. We call lunch your heights. That's what we expect to happen. Tall, small. No magic.
nothing in this scene is straight. Everything. Hey, I wonder.
Sir, could I have you?
The doors, the structures behind.
Carefully exchange positions with each other.
I think
Now,
even the
don't
actors
look
are
up
not.
behind you, but turn your heads and look at each other. Did you notice something that happened? Did we kind of even out? So help us understand what just happened. A taller person walked uphill and got shorter. A short person went downhill and got taller. For you 6, doesn't have anything to do with the crooked roof behind you. You can't see the roof behind you, can you?
Physics is interesting for real.